Hey, this is Eric with a review and demo of a graphic design tool called ClickDesigns. You know, I don't do very many reviews and demos these days. I'm not one of these affiliates that just reviews every product that gets launched and creates demo videos to post on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I just don't. I don't have time for it. That's not, my primary business or anything like that. But every once in a while, something comes along that, really gets my attention and something that I find truly useful for my business. And that's the case today. That's why I've decided to create this demo for you. Now, I know that there's probably a gazillion other demos out there for ClickDesigns already, and that's fine. If you've watched some of those, that's great. I would assume they're all going to sort of point to the same direction, which is ClickDesigns is a very helpful tool for many reasons, which I'll kind of explain as we go through it. What might I bring to the table that might be a little different is just all of the years of experience that I have. I've been creating graphics, digital graphics for over 30 years. In fact, probably closer to 40 years if we count the ones that I made in first grade. I was lucky enough to go to an elementary school in upstate New York that apparently was pretty progressive at the time when it came to digital art, because they had I can't remember if it was actually Windows 1.0 or if it was an Apple II computer with Mac Paint. It was either an early version of Windows Paint or it was Mac Paint, 1-bit mono basically, so black and white. That was my first experience doing digital art, and I was one of the first ones in my class that got a chance to do it because I saw that thing and I was so excited. I raised my hand or signed up or whatever right away to be able to do it. And I've been actually creating like e-covers since the 1990s. So some of the very early e-covers I did were in fact using Microsoft Paint. So before any of the helpful 3D tools and all that kind of stuff came along, I was just sort of creating them from scratch. And then I learned how to use Photoshop, and I've been using Photoshop for the last, couple of decades, I guess it's been, and that's been just a fantastic game-changing tool over the years for countless people. But it's also a very complex and somewhat difficult tool. Takes quite a bit of time to learn and get good at it, and it's also expensive for that matter. And so I have over the years continued to be on the lookout for other tools, both for myself as well as for my subscribers and coaching students and people that I'm trying to help. And throughout those years, many tools have come out. Many design tools have been launched. You, I'm sure, have seen and tried several of them. Some of them have been very popular and successful in the marketing world and beyond. Some of them have been top sellers. And many of them have been very helpful, but they've all had problems or downfalls with them that really caused me to continue to use Photoshop as my primary design tool when it came to e-covers and mock-ups and those kind of things. Now, when action scripts started being developed for Photoshop back in the early 2000s, I jumped on those, and those were really a game changer. I mean, that was a huge game changer because it allowed you, instead of having to create a 3D cover from scratch, you could basically create it in 2D, run the action script, and then create, a 3D graphic, kind of like what you would see here on this page with these boxes and things like that. And then when smart objects were developed several years ago, that was a bit of a game changer once again, because then instead of having to come up with and run an action script, you could click right on a smart object, edit it, and then close it, and it would update the 3D object. And so there have definitely been some great, shortcuts and game changers along the way. There have been some good Photoshop clones like Photo P, which is one that I have used and recommended and shown on, many demos for my coaching students and things like that. It's a great tool, and you can use Photoshop smart objects within Photo P, and it's totally a free web-based application. But it still takes some knowledge, some know-how, and some skill to be able to actually create graphics with those tools. And that's why I'm here reviewing ClickDesigns today, because I think I've finally found the tool that really allows anyone to come in and create their own 3D e-cover graphics and other types of mock-ups and digital graphics without having to have those skills. And it's easy and it is very affordable. So let me kind of show you how this works. So I'm here in the dashboard. When you log into ClickDesigns, probably one of the most helpful tabs is the one here that says templates. So if you click on templates, it is going to show us many different types of templates. These are graphics. You've got logo templates, box shots, book covers. Now, if I scroll down, there's more. And you can click view more, and then you can click view more, and click view more, and on and on and on. Okay? And then you've got sheets, you've got mock-ups, you've got bundles. Bundles are one of the other things that I feel like really have been lacking in past tools. And even in Photoshop, you know, there are some action scripts and some smart objects that definitely simplify it a little. But again, you know, unless you have some experience using those type of tools, it's always been a pain to create bundle graphics. Like, you know, and when I say bundle, I'm talking about where you've got several e-covers all sort of bundled together. And when it comes to digital, you know, marketing digital products especially, so information products like courses and ebooks and video courses, all that kind of stuff, you know, the bundle shot is a great way to create perceived value. It's a great way to display sort of what the product is. You know, is it it's ebooks, it's got videos, it's seen on a computer, and you know, maybe it's shown on a phone screen and all that kind of stuff. It really helps to sell a product if you have these bundle shots. And that's something that's really been lacking in past tools. It just hasn't been that easy to create bundle shots. And that's one thing I'm really excited about in this tool today. Then you've got illustrations, annotations, backgrounds, funnels, all kinds of cool stuff. So I would imagine that, you know, for those of you that are internet marketers, those of you that are selling digital products, I mean, really all of these are designed exactly for us. You know, that's the thing about this tool. You know, there have been some other tools that have come out in the past that were sort of, I don't know, maybe created more for the mainstream audience. Not necessarily with marketers in mind. And I think that's why they really lacked some of the features that us marketers could have really benefited from. This tool was really created by marketers for marketers. And so really everything in here are things that you would use on your sales pages. Okay, so sales page in your websites. You know, some of it you would use it in social media and, you know, other things online, but primarily I would say the biggest place that marketers like us are going to use these graphics is going to be sales pages and squeeze pages, right? Landing pages, all types of landing pages. I guess I would broaden it just a little to say landing pages more so than just sales pages, because it could be a squeeze page, it could be some other type of a landing page, but these are all graphics that you would use on landing pages. But again, especially sales pages, because I think these are very helpful types of graphics for selling products online. Okay, so I think, you know, the box shots would be one of the most used types of graphics by us. The e-covers, right? The book covers as well. So anything that's you know, an ebook, then this would be a great way to represent it. The mock-ups as well. Again, all of it really, but I would say the covers would probably be the biggest. And then for those of us that are selling, you know, more expanded courses, something that's a little bigger, or a bundle of ebooks or videos, or a home study course of sorts, you know, then the bundles would definitely be probably the most valuable, I think, most valuable graphic that you could create using this tool, simply because of how much value it's going to add to your sales page. So let's just take a look at some of these templates and what you can do with them. You can start with an existing template, or you can start from scratch. So you can see right here where it says start for scratch. I could click on start from scratch. I could then name it and select covers, click continue, and then from here we can select any of these blank templates. And you can see I can keep clicking more. And I mean, they just have a massive library of 3D e-cover templates available. Anything from, a thin magazine looking product to a spiral bound to a thick book. Just whatever you need to represent your book. This one looks like a hardcover. So we could go that route, or we could begin with a template that someone else has created. We could basically take their template and customize it for our own use. And again, we've got, I don't know how many hundreds to choose from. This one kind of catches my eye. I'm a dance studio owner as well, and so there's one that looks like a ballet magazine. Maybe I could take that and customize it to create something useful for my dance studio. But like this one's cool. I like, if I click preview, it kind of has that for dummies look. We can't say for dummies probably because it's trademarked and copyrighted and all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of got that cool look. So maybe you have a how-to book, and it's like a for dummies type of style. Maybe we want to use this template, and so let's just say we'll just say test something, and then click continue, and then from here you can see it gives you instructions. It's very intuitive. Okay, so when I logged in here for the first time earlier today, I didn't go watch the tutorial videos. I just started playing around, and really it was instantly successful. I mean, there was zero trial and error on my part. It was simply intuitive to where I came in here, followed the instructions as I went, and was able to create great looking graphics. So it says click on the image to edit. So if I click on that image, you can then, you've got a few choices, but you can edit it, you can upload. So I'm just going to click edit. Now from here, it takes you to the flat graphic, right? So by flat, I mean it's not 3D. It's just like a flat 2D image that you can then come in here and edit. And then once we save it, it's going to turn it back into that 3D ebook e-cover. And I can come in here and edit any of this stuff, right? So this text right here, the non-designer's $46 billion secret weapon, right? So that's kind of fun. I wasn't even paying attention to the topic of this template that I clicked on, but I would say ClickDesigns itself sort of is the non-designer's secret weapon that I just discovered today. So let's say the non-designers, but we could change this to whatever we wanted to. But let's just say I want to change this to, I don't know. Whenever I try to think of a random topic, my mind always goes to fishing because it's something that I enjoy. So let's just say the newbie's guide to, and then we'll say, I don't know, trout fishing, right? Trout fishing. And then I'm in Colorado, right? So let's just say, like Colorado streams. Okay, so that doesn't quite fit on the page, so I can make it smaller right here with the font size. I mean, you don't have to be a Photoshop expert. You don't have to have decades of experience like I do to just look at these tools and see how to use them, right? It's like if you've used something like Microsoft Word, you can use this. And it's probably even simpler than Microsoft Word. Okay, font size, you just drag it to the size you want, or you can enter a numerical value there if you want to. And of course, you can pick different fonts, different font families, and all different sort of styles and shadows and opacity. So say I wanted to take down the opacity, right? So all kinds of different things, like tools that you would find in Photoshop, but much easier to implement. So if I want to add a shadow, I can just click that right there. Like the shadow actually looks kind of good right there. See, it's got that sort of like white sort of light area behind it, and the shadow kind of makes it pop. So on that particular piece of font, maybe I'll keep the shadow. And again, I mean, just there's lots and lots of settings that you can dig into. So if you do have more experience, more design experience, you can have fun with that. But if you're a newbie, you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so say this graphic right here of all these ebooks, I don't want it. So I could actually just click it and then click the delete key on my keyboard. But since you can't see that, I'll do a right click and then just click delete. And that gets rid of that image right there. Okay, and so now we want to replace that with another image. By the way, there's lots of different things that we could add. We can change the background, we can add shapes, icons, various elements, illustrations. We can use our own previous designs that we've created before, so we can reuse those designs. But let's just say I want to go simple and add an image, a picture of sorts. I can add my own image if I have one on my computer already. So say maybe I have a picture of a fish that I caught and I want to put that on my book cover here. I could do that. I could just click to browse, or I could search with this built-in search engine, which you can see is powered by Pixabay. That's a royalty-free image site. So it's basically got Pixabay built in to where you don't have to go find it on Pixabay, download it, and then re-upload it and all that kind of stuff. It's just you can click, and have it right on your e-cover. So say I want to search for, I could search for fish, but maybe trout would be more specific. I don't know what's going to happen here. I haven't done a test on this, but let's just see. So trout, there we go. And what's cool about some of these that are showing up look like they probably have transparent backgrounds, which is going to look great on this e-cover. So this is a brook trout right there. That's a rainbow trout. So like this first one, if I click this brook trout, that's all I did is just clicked it. Okay. And now let's see, I can resize it. Maybe I want to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, right? Let's see. What else might we want to do with this? Maybe maybe I want to add another one. Maybe I want to add that rainbow trout too. Add a couple of them. So here's this rainbow trout. Make it a little bigger. Maybe I want to rotate it. So see this little, on your computer screen, you might not be able to see it real well right now, but at the top, there's a little rotate icon, and I can just click on it and then rotate it any sort of direction or angle that I want to. So say maybe I want to rotate this one a little bit. And right there, maybe overlap just a little. And maybe I want to make it just a little big. Maybe I want the tail to kind of hang off the page a little right there. Like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, so the Newbie's Guide to Trout Fishing Colorado Streams. Let's see. So the background is currently set to white. If we wanted to change sort of this little glow area to a different color, maybe I want to change it to yellow. Oh, now that changes the whole background. I must have had something else on there. Oh, no, we must have had a dark color. No, what did we have? I don't know. Maybe a gradient? I don't know. I messed it up, so we could click undo. There we go. I'm not sure what. So the template had some sort of feature that I apparently haven't explored yet. So this background here, maybe it was an image. I don't know. You could also insert an image as your background. Again, you could use your own image, or I could use the built-in search engine on Pixabay to find an image to insert as the background there. So again, if I wanted to change this background color, if I were to just click, say I wanted it just flat black, I could just click that, or this, I guess this would be more black right there. Okay, so I could do that. That looks pretty good too, but I'm going to undo that. I kind of like this little highlighted area in the middle. That's the beauty of templates, right? Is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to create everything from scratch. So, if you like the template, you might as well kind of use it without changing everything on it. I do need to change this text down here where it says how to create sales getting designs, even if you have no design, creative, or technical skills. So that's going to be something like, how to catch all species of trout in Colorado, even if you don't know how to cast a line. There we go. And I guess I need a couple of line breaks in there. So add a line break, maybe after Colorado. There you go. Okay, so yeah, you know, I think that looks pretty good. I mean, we can pretty much just leave it just like that. Maybe I want to add my name to it, right? So I'll add an additional text layer right here. Maybe I'll put it down here in this yellow sort of splash area. Right? I'll put my real name here for now. Okay, make that maybe just a little smaller. Maybe, yep, bold, that's good. Okay. Move it down just to, let's see, right there. That looks good. Okay. So there you go. I've got my own custom e-cover here. I've got my name on it. I can click save and exit. I could also download it right here. So I could download this flat design. So that might be helpful because maybe I want to reuse that for something else. I'm going to go ahead and save this flat design. And then we'll go ahead and save and exit it. And you can see it turned it into a 3D e-cover instantly. Now I can then I can export it right here, either as a PNG, JPEG, or PDF. I can add a watermark if I want to. And I can also save it and then exit. Now I thought that there was one small flaw in this program. I thought that because when you do an export, it's going to export it at full size, okay, which is nice to have because if you've got that full size graphic, you can kind of use it for anything. And I thought, well, but if you want to be able to use it on a web page, you're going to have to make it smaller. So I'm then going to have to bring it into Photoshop or Photopea or somewhere that I can make it smaller. But then I discovered that there is actually a place you can download a smaller version of it here in ClickDesigns. So if I click, so I've already saved it. I'm going to click exit. All right, and now if I go to My Designs, which I'm already, once you exit, I guess you're on the My Designs tab by default, and I hover over this new design I just made here, and the three little dots, if I click the three little dots, you've got several options. You can save to, share, add to drive, duplicate, preview, image URL, download, delete. If I click download, you can download the original size, medium, or small. And so medium is actually 500 by 500 pixels, which is a very useful size on most sales pages these days. I would say, you know, if I'm selling that ebook as a paid product, I'm probably going to use the 500 by 500 pixel size. That's probably what I would have made it anyway. If I want a smaller one, so say it's just one of many things that I'm selling on a sales page, or maybe I'm just featuring it, say, in a sidebar of a blog or something like that, then I would go with the small one, the 250 by 250 pixels, and I would click the small. So let's say I just want to click download the small one. I would just click small and see it's going to download the small version as a PNG. All right, so I mean, it's as simple as that, and you know, I could have done that in probably less than a minute, but I took several minutes because I was talking you through it as I went. All right, so going back to templates, actually, let's take a look at just how easy it is to create a bundle using this tool. So again, you can actually start with a blank bundle, or you can kind of find one that you like. So, you know, maybe let's find one that has some ebooks in it. Maybe I want to make my trout fishing package, right? So here's one here. I'll use this as a template. So I'll call it Trout Bundle and continue. Okay, and so see, here's the sort of the preview over here on the right, and over here on the left are the components of that bundle. Okay, so this bundle has 5 components of it, right? So number 1 is this computer monitor. Number 2 is a box. Number 3 is an ebook image. Number 4 is looks like a cheat sheet, and number 5 is like a thin ebook or something like that. Okay, and so we have no design created for some of these. In other words, I have not yet created a mock-up of a computer screen like this. And so what I would do here is click Create New, and it's going to open a new tab. And again, it says click on the image to edit. So I can click this and click Create. And this is just a flat image. It's blank. It's a blank white rectangle, which is going to become that computer screen. And I can put anything I want to on there. Now, one thing I could do is go to my designs, right? And I could put my trout fishing ebook right there. I mean, that could be it right there. I could just click save and exit. And see, that's what it would look like. So, I mean, that would be a super simple, super easy way to actually do something without having to do any additional work. But maybe I want to do something a little more than that, right? So I'm going to click create again. I'm going to delete that. Let's go to background. And maybe I want to use an image from Pixabay. And you can see it saved these recently found images. So if I wanted to, I could actually just, maybe bring this brook trout back over here. I could use that as the background. But maybe I want to use something like, I don't know, a scene of a river or something like that. Fishing river. I'll search for that. And wow, yeah, there's a bunch of cool images that come up right away for fishing river. So this looks like fishing in Colorado right there. Could be Wyoming, but basically same sort of image. I'm going to resize it just by dragging with my mouse to size it up to fill that full monitor. And then, maybe I want to add some text. Okay, add a new text layer, and we'll just say trout fishing in Colorado. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color of that text to white, make it bigger. Okay, so, and I could, again, I could go into more depth with this. I could add as much detail as I want, but keeping it simple and quick, let's just go ahead and save that. So you can see that's a pretty cool looking little mock-up right there. And so I'll save that. And once it's saved, I can actually close this tab and go back to the tab where I was working on this bundle. And right here where it says image 1, I click this little refresh button just above it. And now you see it gives me that option to use that mock-up I just created. And I click that. I click this mock-up, and you see it immediately added it into the bundle. Okay. Next we have the box image. Now I don't want to use either of these ones that I was just messing around with as a test. So we'll go ahead and create a new box image. And again, I might be able to use the design that I had just created for the ebook. So I'm going to click right here, image number 1, create. I could come down to, let's say, image. And maybe this time I want to use that flat image that I exported. Let me see if I can find it on my computer real quick. There it is. Test 45. I'm going to drag and drop it right there. Let's just see if that'll work. Okay, let's make this a little smaller, see if it fits. It looks like it pretty much fits perfectly. Okay, so if I just click save and exit, there we go. That worked right there. I didn't have to create a new cover for this box. I was able to just reuse that book e-cover. Now right here for number 2 image, I'm going to have to somehow try to make this look okay. I could actually just do like a black spine, and that would look fine. So maybe I'll just do that to make it quick and easy. So background, we'll say, actually it's kind of a grayish color. If I just did that, save and exit, I mean, that's a very quick and dirty solution. We could add, say, like barcode here and all that stuff. Heck, I'll just show you. Let's see. I haven't added a barcode before, but let's just see if there's an easy way to do it. I'll click create again. Let's see, elements. Let's see if they have, yep, barcodes. There we go. Click barcodes, and wow, they got a bunch of them. So we just maybe click a barcode. I wonder if there was one that has like a white background. All right, let me go back to barcodes. Let me delete that. Go back to elements, barcodes. I could create like probably just like a white square to go behind it. That would probably do the trick. Because see, the problem is I've got this really dark color behind it, so the barcode's not really showing up. Or I could just make it white, I could just maybe change it. I could probably, let's see, how would I do that? Invert maybe? Image filters. Let's see, what's going on here? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it was just taking a moment to invert once I clicked that button. So I clicked invert and it made it white instead of black. So there we go. And then, we could add text and all that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and just save and exit so we can continue on with this demo. And again, we'll save this. And then again, once it's saved, I can go ahead and close this tab and then refresh image number 2 right here. And I'm going to select this one. And there it is, added to the bundle. All right, so we've got a few more to complete. So image number 3, click create new. And I think I can probably reuse that same image again. I'm going to click create. And then let's see here where it says image, I'm going to drag and drop that same e-cover that I made a few minutes ago. Oh, you know what? I don't even have to drag and drop it. I've already added it once. I can just click it right here. I didn't even know that until this very moment. See, I'm learning something as I do this demo. So once you've used an image, it kind of goes into your own personal little library here. So I just click that and that's it. Save and exit. And then save. And so, what I also may want to do, like if I was creating a sales page for the Newbie's Guide to Trout Fishing Colorado Streams, I would also probably export each of these individually, right? So that I could have like sections on my sales page for each individual component. And then down by the buy button, I would have a bundle shot of the whole bundle. All right, so close that tab. I'll refresh this one. Okay, select that one. There we go. Just 2 more to go. Image number 5. This one, I'm going to skip over 4 because I think we need to do something different. I don't want to use the exact same image for all those. But this one down here, image number 5, I think I will use the same one. So I'm going to click create new. Click the image. Click create. Click image. Select that same image. Save and exit. Simple as that. Click save. And then I'm going to close that. Refresh that one. Click on it. There we go. Now I just have one more component to fill, and it is this one here. I'm going to click create new. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a cheat sheet, I guess. Click create. All right, so for this one, maybe I'll use this this fishing sort of background again. Maybe I'll kind of like drag this part down here. And then up here I'll add some text. And I'll say something like, the trout fishing cheat sheet. Okay. So we'll go text alignment center on that. Let's go a little bigger. Bump it up here. Okay. Let's see, what else might we want to put on there? Maybe some check marks or some sort of a checklist. I'm going to search for images and just see if there's something on Pixabay that's like a checklist that would look good there. So checklist, there we go. Something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna expand this. I'm gonna make it bigger. So then I'm gonna have to send this behind my other graphic. So I'm gonna go right click on it and send backwards. So now this little graphic, this fishing river graphics in front of it, I'm going to make that smaller and kind of just put it down here just kind of for looks. Okay. So there we go. The trout fishing cheat sheet. And let's make this bold. Maybe let's do like a red. There we go. Okay, let's go save and exit. There we go. And then save that. Close that. And now refresh this one here. Select it. And now my bundle is complete. So you can see the little bundle preview over here. Now I can click continue. And now it gives me the full bundle. And then I can then make additional edits from here if I want to edit individual components. I can actually move these around. So say this cheat sheet, maybe I want to kind of bring that up front and bring this guy kind of up here. Bring this cheat sheet up front. I'm going to right click it and say bring forward. Okay, so now the cheat sheet's up here. Okay. So yeah, all kinds of things we can do there. And I think maybe the cheat sheet needs a shadow to help it stand out because I left it sort of white, that white background. But by adding a shadow, see how that kind of makes it pop out a little. So you can see there, you know, I've got a little bit of design experience that is giving me a benefit there, right? So if you do have design experience, it's going to help you with this tool to do even more with it. But you can also see that even without any design experience, you can do this, right? This is definitely something that you can do. So from here, I can go ahead and export it if I want to export it right away, or I can save the bundle first. So I'm going to go ahead and save the bundle, and then it will be added to my own personal library. So I'll go ahead and click exit. All right. And so now if I click on bundles, while I'm on my designs, you can see here's my trout bundle right here. So I can click the three dots. I can download it, you know, original, medium, or small. I could go in and edit it. I could duplicate it to make something else. Maybe I want to, you know, create, you know, the newbie's guide to bass fishing in Kansas. You know, that'd be a very easy way to kind of rinse and repeat. I could change it from trout fishing in Colorado to bass fishing in Kansas to cat fishing in Louisiana to tarpon fishing in Florida. You know, I could create a whole series of fishing ebooks without having to start from scratch each time. So hopefully that kind of shows you why me, you know, an experienced graphic designer, would actually use this tool for creating my own graphics. I definitely intend to use this. So, you know, what would I not use this for? I will not use this for photo editing. Okay, it's not designed for that, right? So if I'm editing photos, it's just not made for that, right? I'm going to use, you know, Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop and stuff like that still. Or if it's something that I took on my phone, I'm just going to use a simple app, you know, use filters. You can do so much with filters these days, but, you know, this is not designed for photo editing. I'm probably not going to use this for the most part for creating print-ready graphics, okay? So if I was going to, you know, create like a poster that I'm going to print out at, you know, a full 36-inch poster, I'm probably not going to be using this tool for that. I'm going to probably still use Photoshop for that, or you know, some other Adobe tools. Probably not going to be using it for creating illustrations from scratch using creative tools like brushes. Okay, that's again just not what this is designed for. You can see, you know, if you go in here to, you know, create or edit something, again, let's see, let's click on templates. Let's start from scratch. You can start from a completely blank canvas, or you can use, you know, a basic template. But say even if you're doing like an illustration, okay, so maybe we want to, enter a title. Say maybe we want to create an illustration from scratch. You select the canvas size, okay, so that's great. That's, you know, something that you would do in Photoshop as well. But the thing that would be lacking, and again, this is something that maybe other reviews of this product haven't mentioned, because again, I'm not like those other guys that just review everything just to try to get clicks and make commissions. I'm just reviewing this because it's a tool that I'm actually going to use. But the thing that I do not see here are design tools like brushes and pencils and spray paint and all that kind of stuff, right? So it is more so drag and drop. Now you have a lot of very helpful elements. I mean, you can create just about anything here from scratch. Okay, so you can get basic shapes. Okay, and put a basic shape on here, and then you can change the color of that shape to anything you want. You can change the size, the angle, the opacity, all sorts of layer options. And so, you can use these design elements, and these are basically like vector graphics, so they're not going to lose quality as you enlarge them here on your canvas, right? So you can do all that stuff, but it's just different from having those, from scratch design tools that an actual artist might use to create something completely from scratch. That having been said, I simply do not see that really as a downside for the audience that this is made for. Okay, this is made to be easy. It's made for anybody to be able to create graphics, e-covers and all that kind of stuff. So, if you are a professional, then you already know that, right? If you're a professional graphic artist, then you know what tools you're going to use for what. But you can also probably see from my demo here that this is actually would save you time for creating some of these e-covers and mock-ups. So absolutely, I'd be using this for e-covers, for digital mock-ups, for web graphics, for graphics for using in my videos, right? So some of I make videos like teaching things. I mean, like this is a video right here, but I do like tutorial videos or teach people how to, build a business online. I've got my coaching club. I do videos for my coaching members, stuff like that. I would use this to create graphics that I might use in those videos, and especially sales videos, right? So anything that's a sales video, if I want to create mock-ups and e-covers to use in those sales videos, this is the tool I would use. Again, because it's simply going to save me time compared to using the other tools that I have typically used in the past. All right, so let's see. Let's just go back to the dashboard one last time and see. You can see they've got a feature right here, right now that says latest graphics, latest logos, latest box shots. And so I'm not sure if this is coming from other users or if I think it's just ones that they are adding to the collection. That would be my guess, although I really don't know. But you can see these are just some really good looking covers. Like this one right here, Wild Animals, is the latest cover. Like if I click preview, like that's a really good looking like magazine. That's a very professional looking magazine cover. I could click use template. All right, so we'll just call it magazine 1. And you can see if I click this, edit, all right, it's truly allowing me to edit these individual elements, right? So the thing with so many of the tools in the past would be if you got to this step, like you would get this far, but then this would all just be like one layer, right? You wouldn't be able to edit each of these little individual elements. Like even in Canva, like I've used Canva, in some of my demos for my coaching students, and Canva has even been that way to an extent. Like you would find a good looking template like this in Canva and then click to edit it. And, maybe there would be like the title would be clickable, but like all the little stuff like wouldn't be, that would all just be one layer. Somebody created it probably in Photoshop and then imported it into Canva to use, right? Whereas this, like each of these little elements is clickable. See? Maybe I'll change this color. See that? Like you can do that. You don't have to be a pro to figure this stuff out. See? Like it literally is ClickDesign. Like the name is fitting. ClickDesigns. I don't know if Mo Latif, paid a premium for that domain name, but it's certainly a good one. And it seems to me like he's intending for this to be like his flagship product. I think he launched this thing like yesterday, and he experienced some technical difficulties. I think his sales page got hacked and stuff like that because it's such a high profile launch right now. He's probably got some haters, because they're seeing he's gonna make $1 million off this. Probably some of his competitors don't like that, and so he got hacked. That having been said, like, we're in the middle of his launch right now, and I'm using this live during this demo, and the server is running perfectly. And I have a slow internet connection. Some of you guys know that I live out in the country. My internet connection is really slow, and I'm having like no problems at all using this tool right now, even though there's probably thousands of people, bombarding it right now, doing the same thing I am, which is just playing with it and having fun and testing it because they all just joined. So there's literally, at this very moment as I'm doing this, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people in here, creating designs, and the server's running perfectly. So, again, I can't, I really can't vouch for the future of any company, but it seems like they're very serious about this being a long-term project. To get in right now during launch, for me is a no-brainer. It's a one-time fee. They say they're going to start charging a monthly fee for new users who join after the launch. So, again, I don't know if that's just a marketing tactic or if it's really going to happen. I would guess it's probably really going to happen just based on what I've seen with some of the other top design tools in our industry, especially some of the top video-related design tools that have been launched on JVZoo in the past, say, 7 or 8 years. Many of those have gone to subscription models, so we'll see, whether he totally follows through on that or not. But I mean, I would say for sure, now's the cheapest time to get in. If you're watching this video, anytime close to when I made it. If not, if you're watching this video 2 or 3 years from now, from the time I'm recording it, I'm guessing it's still probably a great tool, probably still well worth it. Who knows? Maybe he's got a sale going on, so by all means, check it out. But if you are watching this, now during the launch, this would be a great time to join. So I'm sure there's my affiliate link below this video or something like that, or you can go to ericstips.com/ClickDesigns. So ericstips.com/ClickDesigns. This is the sales page right now. You can see it's got plenty of examples on the sales page of stuff that they've actually made with ClickDesigns. Of course, it's got all kinds of testimonials, video demos, which if you're still watching this video, you've obviously you've seen a demo. Again, just more examples of what you can do with this tool, and you get templates for all of these as well. So like, if you see it here on this page, like, you're basically also getting a template that you can use. You can do the same thing just by going in and modifying the template. And like, even that, like, these little graphics here, I'm guessing they probably made these graphics with ClickDesigns because they have these kind of sort of illustrations built in. Let's see, if I go back here if I click on illustrations, see, and then scroll through, like, there's all sorts of different illustrations. Like, I could click on the education and training category and look at all these. Like, these are the kind of graphics that you're seeing on their sales page, right? I'm just going to add it here just so you can see what I'm talking about. It doesn't really make sense on this Wild Animals magazine, but see, like, there's hundreds of these kind of graphics built in to this tool. So, oops. I don't know what I just did. Just close the tab or something. Oh, well. So here we are. So, again, all the stuff that you see here on their sales page is stuff that you can actually make in ClickDesigns. They do have like a personal license and a commercial license, and the commercial license is only like a couple dollars more than the personal license. So I would recommend going with the commercial license so that you can then, resell your designs and stuff like that. I don't know why. It's just the way that, software sellers are pricing things on JVZoo. They've been doing this for several years. It's like, like they do that to try to make you to try to make the commercial option look like an extra good value. Because really probably almost nobody's buying the personal license. But just in case you weren't aware of that, if you weren't aware of that little tactic, yes, I do recommend going with the commercial license. You know, it's yes, maybe they're trying to manipulate you into thinking, you know, it's an extra good deal, but it already is an amazingly good deal. So, you know, whatever. I would say just get that commercial license because it's going to be better value for you anyway. It's, you know, but I think the sales page, you know, it's a huge sales page. I mean, you scroll through it for 5 minutes or whatever, reading it and going through it and all that stuff. But if you've watched this far, you've pretty much seen what it is and what it can do. You probably have a pretty good idea if this is something that you could use for your business or not. You know, if you don't have a website, if you're not interested in selling things online, if you're not selling anything digital, you're not interested in selling any ebooks or courses or video courses or you know, those kind of things, then maybe it's not something that you're going to use. So here you can see the personal and the commercial license. They're almost the same thing, except for the commercial rights. You can then sell the graphics for a profit, and it also comes with, well, I guess extra features, right? So some of these features, illustrations and scenes and stuff are actually in the commercial version. So maybe even what I just showed you was probably the commercial version. Actually, I know it was. So what I just showed you, like some of this stuff, I think this is in the commercial version. So you might as well go with the commercial. I mean, whatever, it's your choice, but to me it makes sense to pay a couple dollars more and get like a whole lot more features. I mean, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, I do earn a commission if you purchase through my link, but you know, the difference between the personal and the commercial, you know, the only difference there is that the commercial, you're getting really a lot more bang for the buck, I guess. All right. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention. Again, I just see that it really fulfills a lot of the shortcomings that I've seen in some of the past tools. And even the ability to save all your own stuff. So you don't have to just save it once and then, you know, it's going to be deleted off of their server to save them resources or whatever. Now I can't guarantee that they're not going to do that at some point. You know, maybe they'll say anything that hasn't been touched in the last, 90 days, we're going to delete at some point. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? Storage is cheap these days, so I don't know. But those are just some of the pitfalls that I've seen in some of the past tools that I've tried. This one really, I mean, they've really overcome the complaints that I've had in the past. So if you're interested, I'd say check it out for yourself. I think they've got a money-back guarantee, so I guess you got nothing to lose. Hope you've enjoyed this review and demo. Have a great day and take care. Thanks.